Alrighty, welcome back. We're on episode number 12 of Divinity Original Sin Part 1, the Enhanced Edition. So, last episode we were going around and looting all the crates that we left behind because we finally got to Lucky Charm 5 with our Ripped Oglers. So, we've been looting everything that we've passed up, and now we're going to go ahead and run down this beach and loot some corpses. The product of a very conscientious toothbrusher, this tooth makes a fine trophy of war. Send that to Jahan. Okay, we have that. So let's go ahead and take a look at this. So if we take that Jahan and we go to craft, let's see. So let's see what happens if we combine 2 strands of hair. We create a thread. So 2 hair gets us a thread. Alright. Alright, lucky find. Nice pile of gold there. Orc horn. Beneath the smell of rotten meat and scab of yellow filth. It appears to be made of ivory. I believe that does not have a crafting recipe associated with it. Although it looks like it should, I don't think it does. Alright. And then we have the Charla area. So some of these we'll be able to loot now, some we'll have to wait until later. Another water balloon. Another firestorm grenade, that's good. Looks like we have some fishing poles here we can pick up. White and green.
More junk.
More junk. Alright, a mackerel. Another oil flask. Fish rack. That is not lootable. It's weird. Alright, so all the corpses on the ground, we'll have to come back and get it at another point in time. So we'll head back up to Sicil.
Steady, boys. Steady. We'll be leaving as soon as...
Alright, let's go ahead and go back to the marketplace. And we can start talking to some other NPCs here. Alright. Let's head up here.
Quiet day on the market, it seems.
So we met Mindius. We were forced to meet Mindius when we came in here. So let's go ahead and talk to Mindius again. Let's get everybody in here though. And let's go ahead and save it here.
Ah, you return and humble me with your presence. Such a pleasure. Nay, honor.
Alright, Mindius has a wooden log, minor healing potion, and some gold.
Mendius, at your service. What is my profession? Well, I'll tell you what it used to be, and that is a man of medicine. But what does a man of medicine do but mend what has first been broken? I saved lives, to be sure, but today I change them. They call the undead a problem, my friend, but those who know the ways of the fabulous five see no problems. They see opportunities. An enterprising spirit can wrench riches from cold dead rocks, or from cold dead full stop. Oh, it's not merely an opportunity. It is a once-in-a-lifetime chance to become better. To become the full extent of the promise that is locked inside of each and every one of us. So first of all, let me ask you this question. Do you like adventure?
Alright, so let's save this.
Halibut,
You'll be
sheep's
concerned
cheese,
enough when you realise that
tomatoes.
reward money won't be lining your pocket.
I'm here to do my duty, which is hardly the same as adventuring.
Not in the mood for cheese. That excuse has more holes than a slice of this fine Gorman bear.
So you mean to say we do not live a life of adventure? We don't do anything else all day long.
Clearly, two strong personalities stand before me. Two who voice their opinions with vigor when they differ. What else could I expect from mighty source hunters?
So we got cautious and bold.
Too bad your line of work comes with such measly recompense. Am I right? The wage of a mere soldier. Now, between you and me, tell me truthfully, don't you sometimes wish you could earn more?
Any takers? Come on, you chickens!
Riches do not interest me much, actually.
Green, the finest veggies, size seals.
Really? I wouldn't mind earning an extra penny here and there.
Well, don't quarrel about it on my account. Still, if a matter is divisive, it is divisive mainly because it is alluring. And riches are so very alluring. Even so, my friend, matters of a pecuniary nature aside, what is life without variety, without spice? To be a source hunter must get frightfully dreary sometimes. Am I right? All those orders. Investigate this, retrieve that, and at the end of the day, what do you have to show for it? Wouldn't you prefer to call your own shots? Be your own boss?
Do I seem like the sort who concerns myself with such things?
You'll be concerned enough when you realise...
There's no shame in following directives if your masters are worthy of your trust.
Not in the mood for cheese.
You'll always stay menial with that attitude. Just what those trusted masters want.
You disagree with one another. But that proves you are firm-willed, that you have the minds of independence, not dependence. Admit, life's too short to spend it doing someone else's bidding. Am I right? Of course I am. And I could help you attain the dream, enact the change you deserve. And that is exactly why I am here. Why fate has put me right by the door to the King Crab, so that I could meet you and tell you about the marvel that is the Fabulous Five. The invitation to join is yours. Grab it.
Alright, so let's see. We picked up... One of those was an obedient and independent. So we definitely don't want the obedient. One of those was an altruistic versus egotistical. And we want altruistic on that. And then one was bold and cautious. So Roderick picked up cautious, which is sneaking. If you have The cautious trait sneaking is increased by 1, and Scarlet picked up bold. If you have the bold trait, initiative is increased
Hey, the
by
big
1.
cheese on your block with a wheel of the good stuff.
So, if I recall, you can only get to sneaking 3 with equipment. So, what I'm going to do is keep cautious on Roderick. Okay. So I think the first choice was the cautious choice. So let's go ahead and replay that.
Do I seem like the sort who concerns myself with such things?
I'm here to do my duty, which is hardly the same as adventuring.
Not in the mood for cheese. The excuse.
So you mean to say we do not live a life of adventure? We don't do anything else all day long?
Clearly, 2 strong personalities stand before me. 2 who voice their opinions with vigor when they differ. What else could I expect from mighty source hunters? Too bad your line of work comes with such measly recompense. Am I right? The wage of a mere soldier. Now, between you and me, tell me truthfully, don't you sometimes wish you could earn more?
Riches do not interest me much, actually.
Nor me. Wealth is but vanity.
Oh, but I know you're just being bashful. I bet that in your heart of hearts your eyes water with joy when you discover yet another treasure during your travels. Even so, my friend, matters of a pecuniary nature aside, what is life without variety, without spice? To be a source hunter must get frightfully dreary sometimes. Am I right? All those orders. Investigate this, retrieve that, and at the end of the day, what do you have to show for it? Wouldn't you prefer to call your own shots? Be your own boss?
It's better to lead than to follow, that much is true.
Better to be served than to serve, I concur.
Well spoken. Well said indeed. Life's too short to spend it doing someone else's bidding, am I right? Of course I am. And I could help you attain the dream, enact the change you deserve. And that is exactly why I am here. Why fate has put me right by the door to the King Crab, so that I could meet you and tell you about the marvel that is the Fabulous Five. The invitation to join is yours. Grab it. Ah, the Fabulous Five. How I enjoy simply saying the words that describe the most illustrious and celebrated adventurers' guild in Riverlon. Our mission, to better the world. Our mantra, to better ourselves as we do so. To realize our dreams and cleanse our souls. You'd like nothing more than to enlist, wouldn't you? Of course you would. And you can. Of course, if you still have questions, I shall answer them to the best of my abilities. But if not, how about we get started? What a gem of a question. Straight as an arrow. Sharp as a switchblade. Most meritorious of you. Now then, to join the Fabulous Five is to join a fellowship, to join a fraternity, a sorority, a community. The title of Knight is bestowed upon you the moment you sign our waiver, and so it all begins. I shall be the one to give you your first contracts, and once the job is done, I shall see to it you get your fair share of the reward. Of course, should you spread the word, Should you propagate the gospel of the Fabulous Five and thereby draw new knights into our fellowship, you will get a share of the reward from their contracts too. Isn't that wonderful? By now, the genial glow of the fellowship must have warmed your heart. It has, hasn't it? But did I say fellowship? I mean family. For like a family, we support one another, cheer one another, see each other through thick and thin, partake in glory and defeat. Work hard, fulfill contracts, enlist new knights, and swiftly shall you rise through the ranks. You will better yourself. You will better Rivellon. You will make the stars shine all the brighter, and you'll get fabulously wealthy in the process. What's not to like?
Okay, so we'll come back and talk to Mendius a bit later. So let's check out our rates. So we do have cautious for the sneaking, altruistic. Alright, so now Roderick has a reputation of 3. He retained the reputation at 3, independent. Scarlet is bold, so she gets +1 to her initiative. We're heading towards altruistic on her, so we got out of the egotistical, now we're neutral. And she stayed independent. Alright, so we like that. Let's move on in to the inn. And
The
let's head up
closest
here.
I've come to my match is when I linger over long while lighting my pipe.
Oh, careful now. Your head's growing more swollen than saffrons, I dare say.
Okay, let's talk to this legionnaire here.
Greetings, Source Hunter. I don't mean to hinder your investigation, but I can't open this door for anyone who hasn't received Captain Aureus' explicit approval.
Okay. Huh, he has a skull. A minor healing potion and 55 gold. Wow, wonder why he has a skull. Alright, he won't let us by. So this is the room that we need to get into. See, we have a starstone there. Chest and blasted crater. And some music.
Stop right there. Until you've received the captain's permission to enter, this door doesn't exist. Got it?
Okay. So let's go ahead and talk to some of the folks here. Let's talk with him.
Ah, pointless chatter with strangers does so thrill me. How did you know? Please continue interrupting my drink if you'd be so kind.
Alright, he has some little logs and some gold.
Tell
How
me.
curious of you to show interest in a lonesome stranger at the bar. Let me answer by saying that who I am is hardly any of your business, and anyone with an ounce of tact would have known that already. Can I tell you? I suppose I can, and I could. But why would I turn my attention away from this whiskey when Mendius right outside is simply panting with excitement about the whole affair? It's you. Just the person to answer a question that's been knocking around my mind since our first meeting. Now then, you must tell me, what's the best way of getting you to leave me alone on a more permanent basis?
Alright, let's listen in on these two.
Come now, Alistair. Surely you've met your match once or twice.
Ha! The closest I've come to my match is when I linger over long while lighting my pipe.
Oh, careful now. Your head's grown more swollen than saffrons, I dare say.
Alistair. Anna.
Whatever happened to that troop of eager imbeciles we sent to the northern cave?
Do I seem like the sort who concerns myself with such things?
You'll be concerned enough when you realize that reward money won't be lining your pockets.
Tell me, Alistair, have you ever had the fortune of challenging the fabled wizard of Hunter's Edge?
Fortune? Ha! He should be so lucky as to be defeated by Alistair the Great!
They say he's privy to ancient and arcane secrets, the likes of which I doubt you could even fathom, old friend.
Sorry, I've run out of signed handkerchiefs. An Alistair keyring, maybe. In any case, make it quick. You're not the only fan who wants some of my time.
Okay, so Alistair has a fuse. Avatar Poison Scroll, Voice Resistance, Minor Healing Potion, Medium Earth Resistance, and some gold.
What do you mean, not familiar? You expect me to believe you've never heard of Alistair the Almighty? Why, I'm only the most famous wizard this side of the Distis, although it'd be worth checking the other side too, just in case. And don't forget, I'm the most eminent member of the Fabulous Five to boot. Surely you already know we've been voted the most influential adventurers guild by SideQuest Monthly, 3 years running. Your interest is piqued, I see. I'd suggest you have a chat with Mendius outside. He's in charge of recruitment and other such drudgery. A word of warning, though, we only accept the best and the brightest. By the looks of you, I'm not sure you'll make the cut. Those nasty beasts are hardly worth my time. Though I suppose I'll step in if none of the recruits manage to prove adept enough to handle a few skeletons.
What have we here? A source hunter, is it? Well, my day just became rather more stimulating. Oh, stand still then, if you don't mind. I want to take a good long look at the so-called savior of Sicile. Tall as an elf, strong as an orc, but your face, quite classical, isn't it? Statuesque, some might say. Yes, smooth and sturdy as marble, yet fine as a chisel's edge. And my word, what passion burns from your eyes. Please forgive my being forward, but I dare say, can it be? You're exactly the person I've been searching for. I am Anna, jewel in the crown that is the Fabulous Five. I've cut 1,000 throats, and baked 1,000 bread rolls, stolen the crown jewels of the Queen of Arata, and, with my pockets full, helped her reach enlightenment. When the day comes that I die, the gods will evacuate the heavens to make space for my formidable collection of designer slippers. I contain multitudes, you see, and I am utterly replete. Except that, much to my dismay, I had as yet to find the companion to whom my heart so clearly calls. But then, Source Hunter, you wandered into this tavern, and I am most certain that that companion is you. That I have. For nearly a lifetime, it seems. Well, I'm sure you must know what I mean. Like existence itself lacked a significant component? Like if you could only fill a certain void, could connect with the right body, the right spirit. Together you could uncover new and thrilling vistas. I believe I have found that component, that body, that spirit within you, Source Hunter. Come, if ever we are to be united, we must truly entwine our fates. We must link our causes forevermore. Yes, you must join the Fabulous Five right away, as soon as time permits. Together, as a team, we'll explore the boundless realm before us. We'll uncover fate, inch by inch. Yes, I am part of that band of valiant heroes, and ever there must I remain. But you, my match, my soul's twin, may tie our fates together by similarly fighting under the banner of the Fabulous Five. You must speak with Mendius. He stands right outside this very tavern, and he alone can bring you into our illustrious fold. Then, my equal, friend of my body and mind, may we unite.
So, I believe Anna is another vendor that can sell legendary loot, but depending on how things go and when you do these things, you may not have access to her again. So she has some fire arrows, some scrolls, other arrows, water balloon. Alright. Various components here. One leadership on the helm. One lockpicking. Lucky charm. And one strength on a ring. Okay. Alright, we will leave. And head back over this way.
Come now, Alistair. Surely you've met your...
Zimbladorix! That! Ha! Quite under my spell, aren't you? Yes, my enfriending charm never fails.
Alright. Some stardust herb. And some gold.
Me? You mean you don't recognize me? Well, you must live under a very large, very heavy rock, for I'm the finest wizard in Rivellon. Yes, that is strange. Strange indeed. But it's a strange world we live in, isn't it? A strange and magical world, full of wonders and regionis regentum. Oh, you'll find out. You'll find out indeed. If I'm as good as they say I am, you'll have sprouted a pair of long purple ears in the next hour. Ah, how I do love a tasty aubergine in summertime. Abracazoo malefidam! Me? You mean you don't recognize me? Well, you must live under a very large, very heavy rock, for I'm the finest wizard in Rivellon. Abracazoo malefidam! Expect rain tonight, my friend. Zandalon has willed it so.
Zandalon.
A source hunter! I'd like to report some dark magic. Only tainted hearts could tip as miserably as this lot.
Okay, so she's the waitress. Various beverages and food. With a pumpkin. Alright.
Come now, Alistair. Surely you've met your match once.
Been at the King Crab nearly 10 years now, personally. Seen every character you can imagine, from bums to wizards, passed through these doors for a pint and a place to rest.
In saffrons, I dare say.
I think I'm one of the last folks to hear him alive. That awful scream has been ringing in my ears ever since. And with the room where it all happened still under quarantine, we've a constant reminder of exactly what happened. Though that's the question, isn't it? What exactly did happen? We all thought it was Esmeralda who checked into that room, and the Duke that followed her in. I was washing up and nudging the last of the lushes out of the door when a cloaked woman rushed in right past me. I never got a good look at her, damn my eyes, but I figured the way she disappeared that she was visiting one of the lodgers. Lucky for the perpetrators, I was rinsing bottles in the back when the terrible deed took place and saw nothing more. I'm not proud to say I ducked under the counter and damn well stayed there till I heard Ivad fling that door open, but I was paralyzed with fright. A source hunter! I'd like to report some dark magic. Only tainted hearts could tip as miserably as this lot.
Hearty welcome to the King Crab Inn, and a pleasure to have you. You look like you could use a round or three, so what'll it be? Have a seat and stay a while.
Right.
Challenging the fabled wizard of Hunter's Edge.
Beverages and food.
Fortune! Ha! He should be
The name's Ivad. Pleased to make your acquaintance. I've been offering the weary travellers of Sicil drink and rest for nearly 2 decades now, but the King Crab's older than that by a long shot. All you see before you is the manifestation of my great-grandpappy Horatius Dungeness's noble vision. Beer and naps for everyone. No questions asked. Well, between you and me, things have been rather slow since the, incident. But with spirits high and liquor flowing like it is tonight, it seems the crab may just come out of that pinch. Psst. Mind if we keep our voices down over that sensitive subject? Death and dark magic ain't exactly great for business, you know. That room where it happened, it was rented to a certain woman, though I regret to say I can't say exactly who. This inn isn't in the business of asking many questions, if you know what I mean. She came heavily cloaked, but paid the full sum in advance. I was used to such transactions after many similar concerning a certain Esmeralda. Figured this were just more at same. I saw one other figure go into the room that night. Someone tall, built broad like a man, but shrouded the same as she. Again, standard practice for Mrs. Counsellor and her visitors. I was startled awake by a horrendous hubbub shortly after midnight. I jumped up and grabbed me grandpappy's machete, bleary-eyed and awash in fright. By the time I burst into that room, it was horribly silent. There was only Jake on the floor, dead, surrounded by what may as well have been a battlefield. Whoever done it has escaped through the window, but I saw nary a soul when I looked out. You can bet I hightailed it to the Legion barracks faster than a jackrabbit after that. Councillor Jake, that poor man. I knew too much about his affairs, you know. Never figured it my business to say anything, but after all that's happened, I wonder if that weren't a grave mistake. Esmeralda's longest-standing lover has the audacity to remain lodged at this very inn, you know. He's called the Duke of Ferrol, a high title for a low man. If you haven't yet asked him about Esmeralda, I'd recommend it. 3 hopeless sailors. Truly wish I could help you, but I'm barely keeping afloat as it is. Hello again. How can I help you?
Okay.
Ah, hello. I suppose you're here to viciously interrogate me for information I don't have, like our noble Captain Aureus before you. I am the Duke of Ferrol, though I suppose my name is in the mouths of enough ruthless gossipers that you've heard of me by now. Yes, she and I have a history. That's hardly a secret anymore. I quite doubt it was even a secret from Jake while he lived. As easy as it would be to pin suspicions on Esmeralda or I assure you that the affair was never so steamy and sordid as the busybodies around town make it out to be. Jake and Esmeralda had no great affection for each other. He had his interests, she had hers, and there was little passion left between them. Certainly not enough to fuel a murder.
So we lost attitude with the Duke of Ferrol there.
It's very tragic news. I won't posture and say that the Chancellor and I were anything near allies, but I truly never wished the man harm.
Alright, wooden log, rope, fire absorption spell, fire resistance potion, and gold. Alright.
Tell me, Alistair, have you ever had the fortune of challenging the fabled wizard of Hunter's Edge?
Never saw you in the king crab before. You're welcome to scratch me behind the ears if you like. I won't scratch back.
Don't you dare
So that was
Tell me,
a mistake.
Alistair, have you ever had the
again.
fortune of
Ah, hello. I suppose you're here to viciously interrogate me for information I don't have, like our noble Captain Aureus before you. I am the Duke of Ferrol, though I suppose my name is in the mouths of enough ruthless gossipers that you've heard of me by now. Yes, she and I have a history. That's hardly a secret anymore. I quite doubt it was even a secret from Jake while he lived. As easy as it would be to pin suspicions on Esmeralda or I assure you that the affair was never so steamy and sordid as the busybodies around town make it out to be. Jake and Esmeralda had no great affection for each other. He had his interests, she had hers, and there was little passion left between them, certainly not enough to fuel a murder. It's very tragic news. I won't posture and say that the Chancellor and I were anything near allies, but I truly never wish the man harm.
Alright, let's see what happens here. What happened there? So, I talked to Unsinkable Sam. And then...
That purring sound. Mind control vibrations, I'm sure. Don't be seduced, comrades.
Do I
That
seem like
cat
the sort
is a
who concerns
miracle of
myself with
creation.
such things?
Don't you dare befoul it with your moronic delusions.
Okay. Interesting. So let me check something out here. Let's get away from the tavern for a minute. We'll come back. Let's head over here. What do we have here? Town hall bathroom. Private. I was trying to get past all that. Let's try it here. You just can't get away from the ambient conversation sometimes. Alright, let's try it here. So, let's take Dora.
Careful, comrade. I think I sense a sorcerer in yonder shadows. Ask away, my friend, ask away. Always helps to know a thing or two about who's covering your back against the gnashing hordes, eh?
Okay. Let's talk to Jahan.
Daemon Daemonium. I'll find you yet. May they be pertinent, Hunter.
Okay.
And so let the hunt continue.
Thought he had something to say. Alright, let's go back this way.
Aaron has as many friends as the man with many cheeses.
Alright, smoke grenade.
Get
Let's
it
go.
while it's fresh. This batch is only hours from the sea.
Okay, let us go ahead and talk to the kitty again.
Never saw you in the king crab before. You're welcome to scratch me behind the ears if you like. I won't scratch back. I am Unsinkable Sam. At least that's what they call me around here. Used to be a ship's cat, but the clipper I was on sank, and I was the only one to wrestle himself free from the waves. The people here were kind and took me in, being the king crab's foremost patron ever since. A magnificent ship she was. Used to belong to a pirate, I was told. Unlike me, she didn't prove to be unsinkable, though. We hit the cliffs right neath the lighthouse. Not very apt a name for that building, I must say, for no light was shining from it. The moment I hit the water, I writhed around like I would on a hot tin roof. By some miracle, I managed to reach the beach, covered in kelp and smelling worse than a fish's funeral parlor. But I was alive, and that was more than anybody else could say. So I was. What friends I had. They drowned alongside the rats I used to hunt in the galley. And there I was, all alone. Not that I have it bad here, mind you. I've milk and fish aplenty. Most folks will pet me kindly, and when one of the village girls holds me tight against her ample bosom, I purr up a storm. But I do long for a companion of my own kind, and in that regard, there is no one like Maxine. Maxine, the mayor's darling pet. So gentle, so fair a feline. The grace of her whiskers, the subtle palette of dyes in her sable coat. She's one of a kind, that cat. She likes me. I know she does. But when I declare my love, she backs away. I don't know why. I've serenaded her and braved many a bucket of water for my efforts. But for some reason, she is not to be swayed. By all means. People make a fuss about them because they endanger the lands around the city. They never bother me when I'm out for my monthly walk, though. But still, I do detest them. I mean, they're so unnatural, aren't they? Cats can have 9 lives, but humans are only entitled to 1. Oh, don't mention orcs to me. Worse than dogs, that lot. Sank Walrus Willie's boat right from under him. Best anchovy fisher in the world he was. A loss to us all.
You'll be concerned enough when you realize that reward money won't be lining your pockets.
Kitty Love. We have been asked by Unsinkable Sam, the Tavern Tomcat, to investigate why the cat of his dreams, Maxine, isn't interested in him.
I think I'll sleep by the fire tonight, once the regulars stagger home. What's with you bipeds and beer? No better drink than milk. What's with you bipeds and beer? No better drink than milk. Where's young Esmeralda these days? She has the softest lap to lay in. Where's young Esmeralda these days? She has the softest lap to lay in. What's with you bipeds and beer? No better drink than milk. What's with you bipeds and beer? No better drink than milk. What's with you bipeds and beer? No better drink than milk. Where's young Esmeralda these days? She has the softest lap to lay in.
Alright, maybe that's all he has. I hate the random encounters. The random dialogues.
Quiet day on the market, it seems.
Alright, so we have a well here. So we can combine things at the well. I don't know if we have anything we can combine with. Let's check it out.
And green, the finest veggies,
What if we put some wheat in the well? Nope.
Get it while it's fresh.
And that's...
This batch is only ours.
What if we put potato in the well? No. Okay. Alright, let's move on.
Red and orange, yellow and green.
Got
the
some
finest
barrels here.
Seal's ever seen.
Big chicken foot. The gnarled foot is closed in a fist-like ball. In this dry, mundane state, it isn't much use to anyone. Alright, send that to Jahan. Sinew. Supple, stretchy, and made from the finest beast gut. This sinew is sure to serve you well. Okay, send that to Jahan. Yeah.
Red and orange, yellow and green. The finest veggies Seal's ever seen.
Lotnius.
Well, Mayor Cecil will be happy to see the likes of a source hunter. Welcome to the Town Hall of Seal.
He has a minor healing potion and some gold. And then we have Marcius.
Welcome to the Town Hall of Seal. Mayor Cecil is waiting for you inside.
Okay, he has a rope and some gold. Alright, we'll head in here. Let's take... We have Charlene.
A sauce hunter! Oh, what a sight for sore Sicilian eyes!
She has some soap and gold.
Me? I live alone here in town. Used to be that my younger brother Tom and I were practically joined at the hip, but that's all changed now. Oh, he's always been something of a rascal, calling his petty hooliganism adventuring and endlessly worrying my poor mind. Oh, but of course, I've always loved that scamp to bits. For my part, I encouraged him to join the Legion. Even got him sparring with Captain Orius now and then. But then those blasted Fabulous Five came into town. That band of... I don't even know what to call them. Well, they're his heroes, and I simply couldn't prevent him from going to see them. That one meeting was all it took for Tom to run off with them on some mission to God knows where.
New log entry.
Hello again, adventurer. I hope you wiped those muddy boots on your way in. Oh, he's always been something of a rascal, calling his petty hooliganism adventuring and endlessly worrying my poor mind. Oh, but of course, I've always loved that scamp to bits. For my part, I encouraged him to join the Legion. Even got him sparring with Captain Aureus now and then. But then those blasted Fabulous Five came into town. That band of... I don't even know what to call them. Well, they're his heroes, and I simply couldn't prevent him from going to see them. That one meeting was all it took for Tom to run off with them on some mission to God knows where.
Yeah, right. So we have Tom, the wannabe adventurer. Charlene, Mayor Cecil's maid, said she was looking for her brother, Tom. He left to become an adventurer, and she hasn't heard from him in quite some time. Alright, let's save this. Let's mosey back on over this way. Talk to...
Ah, you return and humble me with your presence. Such a pleasure. Nay, honor. Who? Tom? Doesn't ring a bell. Oh, hold on. Yes, of course, Tom. One of our most recent additions to the Fellowship. Brave kid, smart as a tack. He'll prove to be a wonderful addition to the family yet.
Okay. Wonder if they have anything
Careful
to say
now.
about Tom.
Your head's grown more swollen than Saffron's, I dare say. Oh, come, darling, don't dither. You must speak with Mendius and join the Fabulous Five immediately. I so long for us to realize our true potential, side by side, spirit by spirit, heart by heart.
Anything about Tom?
Really now? I can't afford to indulge in chit-chat with my legion of followers. Even a star needs a few moments to himself.
Nothing about Tom.
It's you. Just the person to answer a question that's been knocking around my mind since our first meeting. Now then, you must tell me, what's the best way of getting you to leave me alone on a more permanent basis?
Okay, so nothing about Tom.
You'll be concerned enough when you realize that reward
They really overdid it with how often the ambient conversations take place. They should have made all these ambient conversations just triggered. Alright, so let's go ahead and take Maxine, maybe? Alright, save this.
Meow.
Ah, cats. Such beauty, such grace they have. Magnificence incarnate.
Slinking charlatans, more like. I wouldn't trust a cat as far as I could throw it. And I'm a world league cat tosser. Dance and dugongs, you nearly startled me out of my boots. Well, you've got my attention, comrade. Ask away, my friend, ask away. Always helps to know a thing or two about who's covering your back against the gnashing hordes, eh?
Daemon Daemonium. I'll find you yet. May they be pertinent, Hunter. Good. No use in standing about.
Okay. So let us go ahead and talk with Maxine again.
Oh, golly gosh! One who flaunts the highways and byways of silly old Cecile with the easy elegance of a puss with her tail in the air. I do declare such a sight is rather rare around here. But where are my manners? I am Maxine, and you must be one of those hunters one hears so much about. Charmed, I'm sure. I'm the mayor's cat, don't you know? Born and raised on velvets and viands of most exquisite varieties. Maxine rhymes with queen, after all, and dearest. That is hardly a coincidence. But of course, darling. Be my guest. Oh, this quaint little town is a tad too parochial for one of my more urbane tastes. But one has to make do, hasn't one? The fresh sea air does go to great lengths to invigorate one's spirit, that much I'll admit. And it is rather jolly to watch the ships sail in laden with all kinds of exotic wares, full of the little treats the mayor likes to spoil me with. Darling man, he dotes on me so. Heavens forbid! No, fear is rather too strong a term there, Hunter dearest. The predator's instinct is a trait we share, you and I. And though those rancid ramblers may not be quite as easy to put to the claw as mice are, I assure you they are just as easily outwitted. Oh, he's a darling old Tom, isn't he? Paws over tails in love with me, and who can blame him? The feeling's, well, it's rather mutual, actually. But that pet of a puss simply doesn't have a penny to his name. At the risk of sounding as shallow as a spaniel, I can't but admit my love does not come unconditionally. What if we were to have kittens, he and I? They'd jolly well starve, wouldn't they, with an alley cat for a papa? Oh, dear Sam, he's such a good old bean. But he does rather reside at the bottom of the scratching pole, doesn't he? And dear me, one must have at least a mite of standards.
Kitty Love. We learned from Maxine that she doesn't want to spend her lives with a cat who may not be able to provide for her kittens. Alright. Where'd she slink off to?
Oh, you haven't left town yet, have you? Jolly good. Join me, why don't you, for a scandalously milky saucer of feral leaf tea?
Alright, we'll save that. Let's go talk to Unsinkable Sam again.
To be muscle you.
What's with you, bipeds and beer? No better drink than milk. Aye, so there's the rub. I am but a stray, and she is the mayor's cat. Oh, I do understand her, I do. She wants a Tom of means, not privation. One who brings home the sardines and the occasional halibut. Would that I still had my collar. Such a marvel it was, as bejeweled as the night sky with precious stones, said to have once been worn by a far-off Maharaja's best hunting cheater. Like the king of all cats I looked when I wore it. A gift bestowed upon me by a princess whom I had kept company during a long and perilous voyage. A precious band of gemstones, lost as I was tossed around by the waves like a ball in a game of catch. Among the waves it remains, I imagine. Worn perhaps by a crab who fancies himself a Caesar with it. If only I could be the Caesar again, and Maxine my Caesarina.
The closest I've come to my match is when I linger over long while lighting my pipe.
Oh, careful
Where's
now.
young Esmeralda these days? She has the softest lap to lay in. Aye, so there's the rub. I am but a stray, and she is the mayor's cat. Oh, I do understand her, I do. She wants a Tom of means, not privation. One who brings home the sardines and the occasional halibut. Would that I still had my collar. Such a marvel it was, as bejeweled as the night sky with precious stones, said to have once been worn by a far-off Maharaja's best hunting cheater. Like the king of all cats I looked when I wore it. A gift bestowed upon me by a princess whom I had kept company during a long and perilous voyage. A precious band of gemstones, lost as I was tossed around by the waves like a ball in a game of catch. Among the waves it remains, I imagine. Worn perhaps by a crab who fancies himself a Caesar with it. If only I could be the Caesar again, and Maxine my Caesarina.
Okay.
Join the Spud Club if you got an eye for farm potato.
Alright, so we have Kitty Love. Sam told us that he used to wear a fancy collar. If we find it, Maxine might be convinced. Okay.
What? Oh, it's you. Come closer then. Closer? My ears aren't what they used to be. Nor my eyes, for that matter. Yes, hello, Source Hunter. Our city welcomes you.
Okay. Claw shoes, antique claw shoes, a mushroom, some beer, and some gold.
My elf? What elf? Oh, myself. I am Cecil, Mayor of Syceal, and husband of the stately Cecilia. I've been the mayor here for decades, and I'm quite eager to see Syceal through these difficult times. Yes, very difficult times indeed. What? Oh, you mean Syceal? Very difficult times indeed. As though the death of Jake, and by source magic no less, weren't enough. We're also facing all sorts of brutish intruders. The undead have overrun all but one northern trade route, while the orcs are making a habit of savaging our beaches. That's not to mention that at the top of this whole caboodle, there's rumors of some new religious sect or cult or some such sticking its tendrils into the innocent, seven-fearing folks of Syceal. And, while we're on the subject of troubles, I myself have a private matter I'd like to bring to your attention. It involves a magic relic I rather foolishly sought. A weapon called the Staff of Pergamon. The what of what now? Oh, you're speaking gibberish. Ah, you mean the Staff of Pergamon. Yes, yes. I was expecting a shipment of weapons, and among the cargo was this very powerful, very rare staff. I managed to place the order through means somewhat, atypical to a government official. Cecil proved an old fool, though, for the merchant slated to deliver it to me has just informed me that the damn thing has gone missing. I fear it may have fallen into the wrong hands, and I wonder if you could retrieve it for me. His name is Conrad, captain of the Tide Splitter, a merchant ship still docked at the Syceal harbor. You can talk to him if you think it'd help, but I'd quite like to avoid getting the Legion involved, if you don't mind. The staff itself contains a shard of an ore, highly valued for its use in the weapons of war. I know use of the material to be forbidden, but I was desperate to do something to aid the townsfolk against the undead. Well, I do believe that's something your parents ought to have discussed with you long ago, Source Hunter. But I suppose if you really don't know, I'd be remiss if I didn't at least explain the basics. Ah, you see, when a lady and a fellow find each other rather nice, well, rather more than nice, they occasionally, well, they, Oh, this is nonsense. I'm the mayor, for the seventh sake. I can't be bothered to chat all day about the birds and the bees when Syceal's under siege by orcs, undead, and cultists. What? The undead? Yes, for the past 2 years those blasted skeletons have all but suffocated this city. With all but one trade route overrun, Syceal's once torrential commerce has slowed to a pathetic trickle. Jake, murdered? Oh, yes. Yes, now I recall. Indeed. I could hardly believe it myself. The Council and I have certainly had our differences over the years, but old squabbles evaporate under such circumstances. Most of the townsfolk are certain Jake's wife Esmeralda is responsible. In fact, the Legion have taken her into protective custody to keep her safe from the mob. As you can imagine, I've known Esmeralda for years. That business between her and the Duke of Ferrol was always a bit, suggestive. But I've never had cause to suspect her of violence. Still, one never knows for sure. An all right bloke, apart from all this Esmeralda nonsense. The whole town knows the only goal of his business trips to Syceal is to spend a night or two at the King Crab Inn with Mrs. Counselor. No, all my clothes are in fine condition, thanks. I've been going to the same tailor for years. Maxine? What in heaven's name are you? Oh, you mean the mongrel that's always skulking about the place. I spent months trying to teach that worthless hound how to fetch, and it sat through every lesson looking at me as if I were an idiot. Man's best friend, my eye. I've always been more fond of cats myself. That depends. What kind of berries are you interested in, exactly? Ah, the library. Yes, yes, you must have a visit. It's the gem of Sicil. Would you like to have a look? I'll escort you upstairs myself. Please yourself. Let me know if you change your mind. You won't regret it.
I knew that dark-dealing old man dabbled in source. To the gallows, I say.
Ha! He's not a sorcerer, merely a simpleton. And if you'd hang each man for being a fool, there'd be not enough rope in the world to go around.
Cecil's mighty staff. Cecil asked us to retrieve the Staff of Pergamon, a powerful relic that was stolen from him. He suggested we ask Conrad, the merchant in charge of the ship from which the staff was stolen. Okay.
What can I do for you, Source Hunter? Of course you do. Good. No use in standing about.
Okay, where did Maxine go?
Oh, you haven't left town yet, have you? Jolly good. Join me, why don't you, for a scandalously milky saucer of feral leaf tea? But of course, darling. Be my guest. Oh, my golly gumdrops, he did what? The nerve of the man. I knew he was hard of hearing and soft of wit, but this is a new low even for him. Oh, do calm down, Maxine. Compose yourself. Envision a calm ocean filled so plentifully with fish they positively flounder on the beach. There we are. Indignation has been dispelled. No longer do I care that booby of a mare called me the C word. A nervous twitch suddenly makes Maxine's whiskers wiggle. I don't care in the least.
Okay. Let's go talk to the Duke of Farrell again, see if he has anything new now that we talked to Cecil.
Owen has as many friends as the man with many teeth.
Ah, hello. I suppose you're here to viciously interrogate me for information I don't have, like our noble Captain Aureus before you.
Okay, so no. He doesn't have anything else.
What? Oh, it's you! What news? That depends. What kind of berries are you interested in, exactly? Ah, the library. Yes, yes, you must have a visit. It's the gem of Sicil. Would you like to have a look? I'll escort you upstairs myself. Marvelous! Follow me, then.
Okay, so he goes upstairs. And eventually she goes upstairs too. Key to Cecil's living quarters. Alright, let's save this. Okay, apparently she's not going upstairs. Okay, maybe she can't go upstairs because Cecil. No, she's going upstairs now. Alright, save this. Send that to John. Padded leather boots. light leather boots inlaid with metal decorations balance mobility and protection. Okay.
I've got my eyes on the prize.
Care for a sneak peek into someone's pocket. Enter sneak mode and sneak behind them to try to pickpocket them. Okay. Stealing. Enter sneak mode to steal some property while its owner isn't looking. Okay. Hatchet. A timberman's faithful friend. This wood axe will chop whatever needs chopping in your neck of the woods. Alright, we'll send that to Jahan. I think we can use an axe.
What do you think you're doing?
Okay, apparently we were caught sneaking. And Jahan. Crook, okay. So, what happened there? Did we get penalized for that? Jahan picks up 1 scrap. Attitude. What do you think you're doing? Attitude with Jahan went down by 5. Okay. Alright, so let's go ahead and reload that. Let's see. So she came back downstairs and caught Jahan somehow. Okay. What is his attitude towards her? I wonder how she caught him. I guess she had to come this way. Alright. We're gonna go ahead and end this episode. Next episode we'll continue with looting the downstairs area of this, and then we'll go up into the library and talk to Cecil up there. Alright, later guys.